Hi, I'm Randy Altman with Post Perspective. We're here at NAB 2025, and this is Maxon's Dave McGavran. Dave?
Great to see you again.
Good to see you.
Twice a year.
I know, it's Amsterdam and Vegas. But you guys have some news that broke just before the show, and obviously you're updating Maxon One. So why don't you dig in, first of all, why don't you tell people all the different products that are in Maxon One, and then maybe start with some of the updates.
Yeah, so we always bring some new stuff to play with to NAB and IBC. We always talk twice a year.
That's right.
Maxon One is our subscription for all the tools you need to do 3D creativity. It includes Cinema 4D, ZBrush, Red Giant toolset, Universe. It has Cineware in it. It has all of our capsules, which are assets you can use to get started really fast with your work. There's thousands and thousands of 3D assets you can use that are included that you can get to work with. So it's all the tools you need to create 3D motion graphics or for games or video effects.
Interesting. So you have something for the iPad now that was just released. Is it available to be used?
So back in the fall we released a full version of ZBrush on the iPad, and ZBrush is the tool for 3D sculpting. It's almost always used with some sort of pin input device. So if you use it on a desktop, it's won Academy Awards. It is the standard for digital sculpting. If you use it on a desktop, you're still probably using it with either a Cintiq or a Wacom. Yep. You're almost never using just a mouse. So it was really made to go to the iPad. And so we brought it to the iPad. I think we shipped it last September. So it's been out for a while, but that's a major effort, and we want the full ZBrush experience. And we didn't get quite all of it in that first release. And one of the pieces is ZModeler. And so ZBrush is usually for organic sculpting, but if you're going to do backpacks, watches, weapons, cars, you need what's called hard surface modeling, and the ZModeler toolkit is what allows that. And so we finally brought out sort of the missing features. Now at this show it's available. You can go download it in your iPad app store. And it now includes ZModeler. It also brought in some UV tools that were not in the initial release, and now it also brought in nanomesh. So there's very few pieces of ZBrush that aren't completely native on the iPad. So it was the most requested feature, and it really fills out the ZBrush experience on the iPad.
Interesting. So you guys always have artists at your booth showing off their work, which I think is really great. Who are some of the folks you have there this year?
Oh, that's actually a test. I'm supposed to remember names.
No, generally.
No, I mean, we have actually people showing up all different stuff. So we have people who show off Red Giant, which is more in the After Effects motion graphics space. They're showing off the new Maxon Studio features that we have. So Maxon Studio is our capsules that get you started with After Effects tools and Red Giant tools together. So we have about 1,500 motion graphics toolkits in Studio. So lower thirds, bumpers, trailers, social media icons, and they're all editable directly from Maxon Studio. So we have artists showing that off, and they're showing a new sneak peek of what's coming next. So right now for Maxon Studio, we have, like I said, 1,500, 2,000 maybe, pre-made assets that you can configure and use for your lower thirds, use for your social channels. But now we're introducing the ability to create them yourselves. And so in a few months, you'll be able to get an update that'll allow you to create your own capsules in After Effects using Maxon Studio. So we have artists showing that off. People are showing off the new ZBrush iPad, of course. We have iPads in the booth, and the artists are there showing you how to use it. You can go and play with it. It's very fun to get started because it's very, hands-on.
Yeah.
And then we have artists showing off some of the great new Redshift features. So Redshift is also in Maxon One. That's the rendering technology that takes the 3D assets and makes them look photorealistic. So Redshift comes with Maxon One, and it's got support for new OpenPBR, which is a new open standard for material descriptions or texturing descriptions. And so that came out this time, and it's got great new features for cloud rendering if you need clouds and skies in your views. So it's had new volumetric cloud features. So it's also got a lot of updates. So we're showing a lot of that stuff as well. Okay,
and you guys update fairly regularly. Can you talk a little bit more about what is to come?
Yeah, so coming up, we've been about 3 years ago, we launched a new unified simulation toolkit. And so we're basically doing all of our simulation features on the GPU, and they're all going to work together. So we started with cloth simulation. So if you wanted to put a tablecloth on this table, you can just drape it over it or put on clothing. We then introduced rigid body simulation, so collisions and crafting. We had rope simulation for cables and wires. And then we launched smoke and fire. And most recently in the fall, we launched particles. So all the particle simulations that you can do, and they all work together. So you can have particles shooting at cloth and rigid body simulation. And immediately people asked us how to do liquid simulation. Water. So we're showing that off, GPU accelerated liquid simulation that interacts with everything else we brought out. It'll be coming in a few months, but it's live on the show. They just did the first showing of it, so we fill up wine glasses with red wine, which is useful in times like this where you might need a little bit more alcohol in your life. You can now put it in your animations. So we're showing that off, and we're also showing off some new sneak peeks for our games users. So highly technical features are coming for our games users, so we're supporting UDIMs, which I won't even try to explain. If someone knows what I'm talking about, they know they want it, and we're showing that off as well. That'll also be coming in a couple months. So we're brought a lot of stuff to play with, but this time we're actually showing people what's behind the doors, still in the engineering labs yet to come.
Okay, and Maxon.net, correct?
Maxon.net, yeah.
All right, check it out. Dave, thank you so much.
Thank you, it's great to see you as always.
Same here.
Yeah.